Have you ever wondered what happens when an entire colony disappears without a trace? Imagine this. The year is 1587, and you're part of the Roanoke colony, a group of 115 English settlers daring to establish a life on Roanoke Island. This island, tucked away off the coast of what we now know as North Carolina, is your new home. Led by John White, you're venturing into the unknown, carving out a slice of the new world for Queen and country. The Roanoke colony wasn't just a group of settlers, it was a symbol of England's early attempts at colonizing North America. It was a beacon of hope and ambition, a testament to the human spirit of exploration and resilience. But then, something unimaginable happens. The colony, the people, your new life, all gone, vanished. So where did this colony and its inhabitants go? Let's unravel this mystery. In 1587, John White set out on a journey that would culminate in one of history's greatest enigmas. As leader of the expedition, White led a group of approximately 115 English settlers to the New World, establishing a colony on Roanoke Island, located off the coast of present-day North Carolina. Imagine the overwhelming sense of possibility mixed with trepidation as they disembarked onto this foreign land. The virgin wilderness promised abundance, but it was not without its perils. The colonists had to contend with unfamiliar terrain and unpredictable weather, not to mention the scarcity of essential resources. The land was wild, untamed. Survival was far from guaranteed. The colonists' hopes of building a peaceful and prosperous settlement were further complicated by strained relations with the local Native American tribes. The indigenous people, understandably, viewed these newcomers with suspicion and wariness. The English settlers were foreigners encroaching on their ancestral lands, disrupting their way of life. Misunderstandings and conflicts were inevitable, further exacerbating the colonists' struggle for survival. Food became scarce, and the colonists were ill-prepared for the harsh winter that followed. The settlement was plagued by disease, famine, and the constant threat of attack. Morale was low, and the dream of a thriving colony seemed to be slipping further and further out of reach. In the face of these mounting challenges, John White made a fateful decision. He would return to England and seek assistance. It was a perilous journey across the Atlantic, but the survival of the Roanoke colony hinged on it. When White sailed away, he left behind a colony teetering on the brink of survival, its future uncertain. With the colony in distress, John White sailed back to England for help, leaving behind a colony on the brink of survival. Little did he know, this would be the last time he would see the settlers of Roanoke Island. Their fate, and the mystery of their disappearance, would become one of the most enduring enigmas in the annals of history. 3 long years passed before White could return to Roanoke. But what he found was not what he expected. He returned to a ghost town. The homes and fortifications his fellow Englishmen had erected were overgrown and abandoned. The vibrant settlement of over 100 men, women, and children he'd left behind was no more. His heart pounded in his chest as he explored the deserted settlement, calling out in vain for his family and friends. But the only answer was the haunting echo of his own voice, bouncing off the hollow structures. The only signs of life were the untamed wilderness reclaiming the land and the eerie cawing of crows above. It was as if the earth had swallowed the settlers whole. There was no evidence of a violent struggle, no signs of battle or bloodshed, no hastily scribbled note left behind, no hurried footprints leading away from the settlement. Just an eerie silence that hung heavy over the deserted colony. Then the most perplexing discovery of all. Carved into a wooden post of the fort was a single word, Croatoan. The word was not accompanied by a cross, the prearranged distress signal. Was it a cry for help, a clue, or a red herring? White was left to ponder this cryptic message. Croatoan was the name of a nearby island, home to a Native American tribe friendly to the English. Had the colonists sought refuge there? Or was it a desperate attempt to communicate their fate to anyone who might come looking for them? In the face of such a stark and bewildering scene, White was left with nothing but speculation. The colonists he had left behind, his family, his friends, the brave souls who had dared to venture into the New World, had vanished as if they had never existed at all. And so, the mystery of the lost colony of Roanoke was born. The vanishing of these settlers would go down in history as one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of the New World. To this day, the fate of the Roanoke colonists remains a mystery, leaving us with more questions than answers. Over the centuries, numerous theories have attempted to explain the fate of the Roanoke colonists. Firstly, let's delve into the possibility of integration with nearby Native American tribes. This is one of the most widely accepted theories. It suggests that the colonists, faced with harsh conditions and dwindling resources, may have sought help from local tribes. They could have assimilated into the tribal societies, adopting their customs, language, and ways of life. Some stories passed down through generations within certain tribes even speak of ancestors with light hair and eyes, potentially hinting at such integration. However, this theory, while plausible, lacks concrete archaeological evidence. No European artifacts of the period have been found in Native American settlements of the region, leaving us with more questions than answers. Another theory points towards the harsh reality of survival in the New World, death due to disease or starvation. The colonists were ill-prepared for the realities of their new environment. The lands were unfamiliar, the climate was harsh, and food was often scarce. Illnesses unknown to the colonists may have swept through the settlement. The lack of any signs of struggle or conflict at the abandoned colony could suggest that the settlers simply succumbed to the difficulties of their situation. Yet, there's a twist. If disease or starvation were the culprits, wouldn't there be physical remnants, skeletons, or graves perhaps? The absence of such evidence adds another layer of intrigue to this theory. Then, there's the theory of a Spanish attack. At the time, England and Spain were fierce competitors for control of the New World. The Spanish had a presence in Florida, and they knew of the English attempts to establish a foothold in the region. Some speculate that a Spanish attack could have wiped out the Roanoke colony. However, this theory also falls short as there are no historical records of such an attack in Spanish archives. Other theories range from the outlandish, like alien abduction, to the more grounded, such as the colonists attempting to return to England on their own and perishing at sea. Each theory brings with it a hint of possibility, a glimmer of understanding, yet none provide a definitive answer. The mystery of Roanoke is a complex puzzle, a jigsaw with missing pieces. It's a tale of human resilience and tragedy, of exploration, and of the unknown. It's a story that continues to captivate us, to pull us in, and to leave us wondering. Despite these theories, no definitive evidence has been found to solve the mystery of Roanoke. The lost colony of Roanoke remains one of history's most intriguing mysteries. A tale that has captivated our minds for more than 4 centuries, it's a story that has it all: hope, despair, adventure, and an unsolved mystery that continues to baffle us to this day. We've journeyed together through the fateful voyage of the English settlers led by John White to the New World in the late 16th century. We've walked the deserted streets of the settlement, feeling the eerie silence that greeted White upon his return from England. We've pored over the cryptic message Croatoan carved into a tree, the only clue left behind by the vanished colonists. We've explored the various theories put forth over the years, each trying to explain the unexplainable. Was it disease? Was it a massacre by local Native American tribes? Or did the colonists assimilate into these tribes, leaving behind their previous lives? Perhaps they fell victim to the harsh realities of the New World, succumbing to starvation or the elements, or maybe, just maybe, the answer lies in something more supernatural. The truth is, we may never know what happened to the lost colony of Roanoke. The clues are scant, the evidence is inconclusive, and the theories are manifold. But therein lies the allure of this enduring mystery. It's a puzzle that continues to captivate historians and mystery enthusiasts alike, a tantalizing enigma that refuses to be solved. And while we may yearn for answers, perhaps it's the unanswered questions that keep the story of Roanoke alive. The mystery feeds our curiosity, our imagination, our fascination with the unknown. It's a testament to the enduring allure of the past and the lengths we'll go to unravel its secrets. As we continue to search for clues, the lost colony of Roanoke serves as a haunting reminder of the challenges faced by early American colonists and the mysteries that history often leaves behind. A story that started over 400 years ago, the tale of the lost colony of Roanoke is far from being over. It's a story that continues to be written with every theory, every clue, and every speculation.